Okay, so now let's move on to migrating our models into our database. So in our database and the DB file, in our connect function, we will go ahead and we will use the DB global variable we have declared here, which is pointing to the GOM DB. Good. So we will say the DB dot AutoMigrate. So the AutoMigrate is a method in the GOM package that handles the migration of the models into the database automatically. Okay, so inside the method, we will use the pointer of our models module over here. So where we are migrating the model, the specific model that we are migrating. So inside our model folder here, we are migrating the bootstrap that we have created here. So take note, is the bootstrap that we have created here as our database table into our database. So in the AutoMigrate method, we will use the pointer to the struct over here. Good. So we will say the pointer to the folder over here, the models. Then we will now bring in the struct over here, which is the book. Good. So we will say book. And because it is a struct, you don't forget to bring your curly braces over here. Good. So basically that is it. Now, because we are getting an error here because we have not imported the models folder here, as a module in our package over here. So we will go ahead. Let's see if the quick fix can handle that. You see it over here. Good. Now it automatically imports it. You see that's the folder, the project name, then the slash, the models. Good, and that should handle that. Now we will go ahead in case in the auto migration an error occurs. Okay, so we have to handle that gracefully. Now we will do raw to be equal to the auto migration that we are performing, and if there is an error, so we do if error is not nil, then we should go ahead and return the specific error for us to know what happened. Good. So basically that is it. So let's run our project and see the migration taking place. Okay, so if everything being equal, so let's check it and see. Open our terminal. Okay, and in our terminal, let's run our project. Go run main.go, and let's see. Okay, so we are getting an error here. Now, what's the error? Failed to initialize our database, got error binary. Okay, so good. So we see it's saying that the CGO enabled is 0. So this means that because we are using the SQLite database, it is handled by the CGO SQLite compiler and it is not installed. So that is why the enablement is 0. So we have to install that because the GOM package SQLite driver automatically uses the CGO compiler. Yeah, but since I don't have it installed, we will use another driver to handle that. Because of the CGO compiler error that we are getting with the SQLite over here. Yeah, so to make the whole thing straightforward, I will switch from the SQLite to MySQL since I already have PHP my admin locally installed on my machine. So yes, so this is my PHP my admin. Okay, so I'll come to the databases over here. Then I'll create a new database and I'll call it test. Okay, so I'll use test.db and you use the Unicode. Okay, good. And I think that will be much more straightforward. So since I've created my database over here, now I'll connect it into my project over here. Good. Now instead of the SQLite, we will have to switch it to my SQL. Now, okay, so I'll do. Okay, let me clear this. Okay, so go get the GORM.io driver, then we will do MySQL instead. Okay, then let's wait it for it to download into our project. Good. Now, since it is now downloaded and added into our project, we will change the SQLite to MySQL. Okay, and over here too, it will be MySQL. Okay, instead. Okay, let me bring the X. Okay, MySQL instead. Okay, great. So since we are now using MySQL, it will not be like this as we just write the database file name over here. So now we have to specifically connect it to the database that we have created. Okay, good. Now we will declare a variable, let's say DSN data source name. Let's say we will declare it to be, and this is where we will connect it so that we can easily come here and just come and connect it. So we are coming to define the connection over here and we will store it as a variable over here. So it will be the root. Since I'm using the PHP my admin locally, the username is root. So first it starts with the username over here. So my username is root. Okay, then you bring your column, then you specify the protocol. So we are using the TCP protocol, and then we will specify the IP for the database. So as you all know, is 127.0.0.1, and we will specify the port to 33006 for MySQL. Now, after we are done, we will now close it and we will do forward slash. Then we will now come and write the name of the database that we created, which is test. Okay, good. And we will bring in our question mark and we will set the character set that we are using for the database. Okay, so we will say the character set. The character set is UTF-8. We are using that UTF-8 MB4. Okay, and we are going to say that should it use a pass time, and we will enable that one also for the database to use the pass time. Okay, and we say that the pass time is equal to true. Good. And lastly, we will just specify that the location is local. Okay, it is local on our machine. Good. Local. Good. Now this is the DSN variable that we have created, and we will now bring it straightforward into the MySQL method, driver method that we open over here, and we will use it over here. Good. Then I think that is that we are good to go now to, we have our migration method over here already. Now we are good to go. But let's if we don't have an error, um we can log and say that the database was connected successfully. But let's run it before and let's see. So let's open our terminal, and in our terminal let's run our project. Go run main.go, and let's see if everything goes through. Okay, let's wait for the program to run. Okay, good. Now our server is running powerful. Then let's allow it. Okay, good. Now let's go and check our database if it has automatically migrated our bootstrap into our database table. Let's come here. Okay, this is the database that we created. So let's refresh it and see. Okay, powerful. Now we see it over here, the books method that we have it has created. Okay, so if you click on it, you to bring us into it. Now we see the title, the author, and the year as we specify in our model over here. Good. Now you see it over here, title, author, and the year. And as I told you, the you see it is small caps over here. Good, because we did it so like that in the JSON representation, and because of the GORM dot model that we are using, so it automatically add the ID column to it, automatically add the created art, updated art, and the deleted art to our table. And powerful. So now our database is connected successfully.